studying last Sunday Sri Krishna's reply to Arjuna. What are those entities in this world of your manifestation on which I can meditate? And in reply to that question, Krishna started the first entity, the self in all beings. There's a fine beginning. Ahamatma gudakesha sarvabhutashya sthitaha. I am the Atman in the heart of all beings. This is the supreme teaching of the Upanishads. Nowhere else you will find this teaching of the divine spark in every human being. We call it the Atman. That's why in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad there is a question by the student to the teacher. Tell me about that Atman which is taught in the Upanishads. And Shankara comments, Upanishadasveva vijñāyate na anyatra. This is taught only in the Upanishads, nowhere else. The divine dimension of this limited human being, that is the supreme contribution of the Upanishads. You know that in Semitic religions, man is considered to be a child of sin. We do not accept that idea. We do commit sin, but we are not sinners. We are children of immortality. Amritasya putraha. That's what the Shvetashvatara Upanishad said. O ye children of immortality, you do not know your true nature, but if you know it, it will be wonderful. That is the goal of human life. Even our external life, earning money, getting name and fame, doing good, even these have ultimately that as the goal, to realize your own true nature as the imperishable Atman. And the whole of Vedanta is there to educate humanity to realize this truth. And Ramarula specially mentions in his life of Vivekananda that this was Swamiji's central theme in his lecture at the Chicago World Parliament of Religions and in all subsequent lectures in the West. This profound dimension in every human being which can be realized by manipulating our life in this world in a very consummate manner. So Krishna refers to this central teaching of the first manifestation, I am the self in all beings. In 13th chapter, he will also say, Kshetratnyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. This body is called a kshetra, and every kshetra is a kshetratnya, one who knows the kshetra, the knower. And Krishna says, I am that knower in all these kshetras, one infinite self in all of us. So in that self we are all one. That is the Advaitic vision of the Upanishads, which has done immense good to India, made for all the other blessings we have experienced in our culture. And not applying it to day-to-day life, we have suffered also by creating a class of untouchables, a class of inferior people, where we did not express this teaching. Therefore we suffered. And in this modern period, Swamiji said, we shall put this teaching to practice. We shall treat all people as a spark of the divine, establish happy relations with them, serve them in a spirit of dedication and worship. That is the message of practical Vedanta the Gita gave, which we get it today in modern idiom through Swami Vivekananda. So, Aham Atma Gurakesha Sarvabhutashya Sthitaha. This self is in all beings, even a tiny insect, in the ant, in everything. But in those bodies, this self cannot be realized. In the human body, you can realize this truth. That is its uniqueness. And those who understand this uniqueness, they will try to realize this self. If they don't know it is unique, they won't take care of it at all. But our people must realize today that this human body has a supreme capacity to realize the self hidden in all of us. That is the goal of life. What Sri Ramakrishna calls the goal of life is to realize God. Not some extra cosmic God. God hidden in all of us. That is the one direction life has been given in India by Vedanta. And so in the first verse, starting with this, he said, I am the origin, sustenance and dissolution of the whole universe. From me the universe comes. In me it rests, and to me it returns. That is the nature of that supreme reality. So remember that infinite reality from which the universe has come is in you and me as the self, as the Atman. What a tremendous truth it is. This is a vast universe. You look out and study. The immensity of the universe you see, perfectly true. But the immensity of the self that is hidden within you is far, far superior to any immensity of external nature. Our Voyager, American aircraft, after passing through Neptune, is going into the outer space now. That is a wonderful thing. We see the infinite expanse of the universe. But compared to the truth that is hidden within you, that is nothing. These external things are nothing. When men realize this truth, they know the true glory and greatness of man. Both in physical science and in Vedanta, we have this concept of man's uniqueness. This is a subject I have given to Sir C.V. Raman Institute in Bangalore for a lecture on 2nd October, Gandhi Memorial Lecture. Man's uniqueness in the Upanishads and in modern science. They have accepted it with great joy, a wonderful subject. It is really a wonderful subject. If men and women know this uniqueness, they will certainly behave better than what they do today. Today we misbehave in 1,000 ways. But this uniqueness, when we come to know, we will try to understand it, try to realize it in the course of our life and work. That is the development that will come in the future in the wake of this great teaching by Swamiji, practical Vedanta. Vedanta coming to the marketplace, Vedanta coming to the home, Vedanta coming to the offices, not merely sitting in the Himalayas in a monastic institution. That's why this teaching has profound significance for all people. Man has been upgraded to a high level. What looks like a tiny physical organism contains some profound dimension. That must be realized. And nature has given us the organic capacity to investigate and realize this truth. Use that capacity. Don't keep it wasted like this. That is the exaltation of Vedanta to all humanity. Tamevekam dhyanatha atmanam anya vacho vimunchatha Amritasyesha setuhu. The Mundaka Upanishad says, try to realize that one single truth, the Atman. Give up all of the vain talking. This is the bridge to immortality. Amritasyesha setuhu. The bridge to immortality is to realize this truth. I am the Atman, ever free, ever pure, ever enlightened. That's my true nature. What a beautiful idea. Even the worst sinner, that Atman remains ever pure. Nothing can make it impure. His very nature is purity. This is the great view, elevated view of man, given in Vedanta. In no other literature will you find this view. That is why Atmajnana is the greatest thing that we can have, knowledge of our own infinite nature. Then Krishna continues from verses 21 onwards, Adityanam aham Vishnuhu, he says, Adityanam aham Vishnuhu, Jyotisham Raviramshuman, Marichir Marutamasme, Nakshatra aham Shashi. These are enumerations from nature and from our own theology. Various entities are there, things are chosen and presented by Krishna. So first is among the Adityas. Aditya is the word for the sun. I am Vishnu. There are 12 Adityas. Vishnu is that one of the 12 Adityas. So I am Vishnu among the Adityas. And among the luminaries and the radiant sun. Of the winds, I am Marichi. These are all various terms in our theology. Marichi. Of asterisms, I am the moon. So many nakshatras are there, I am the moon. Then, Vedanam Samavedosmi, Devanam Asmi Vasavaha, Indriyanam Manaschasmi, Bhutanam Asmi Chetana. Among the Vedas, I am Samaveda. That is very interesting. In other places, Rigveda is given prominence, or Yajurveda. Here, Samaveda is given prominence. And in fact, in the Manusmriti, it is mentioned that the speech of Samaveda is impure with the language. In Manusmriti it is there. Here Samaveda is highly praised. The best explanation of this difficult statement is given by Lokamanya Tilak in his Gita Rahasya, second volume, where he says that the Bhakti religion places great emphasis on bhajana, on music. So among the Vedas, Samaveda is musical. The basis of Indian music is Samaveda. Naturally, where Bhakti is concerned, the Mahabharata Narayaniya section upholds the concept of Bhakti and Bhajan. And here therefore, that Bhajan idea comes prominently to make Samaveda the preeminent Veda. Vedanam Samavedosmi, Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. Among all the Devas, I am Indra, the Lord of the Devas, Vasava. Indriyanam Manaschasmi. Among the sense organs, I am the Manas. Now Manas is a very unique entity in the psychophysical system. We have the 5 sense organs of seeing, hearing, etc. The 6th sense organ is Manas, which is not mind in its full state, mind in its initial state. Indecisive state of mind is called Manas. When you see a thing, you say this, is it that? That state of mind is called Manas in Sanskrit. And Manas is treated therefore as one of the sense organs, a little more refined, which can coordinate the activities of the other 5 sense organs. Therefore it is called Manas. And the next is Buddhi, determination. It is this, you decide. That state of mind is called Buddhi. Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta. These are the four classifications of the inner organ. Antakarana. These are called Bahishkarana, external organs. That's called internal organ. Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. So here he says, Indriyanam Manaschasmi, Bhutanam Asmi Chetana. The principle of intelligence I am among all the beings. Chetana, Chaitanya, intelligence, capacity to know, to experience, etc. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi. Among the Rudras, I am Shankara, Shiva. Now these are all words with Vedic background. They have different meaning when you come to later Puranas. But in the earlier stages, so many Rudras are mentioned in the Vedas. And one Shankara is one Rudra. In that sense only. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi. Vittesho Yaksharakshasam. Among all the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am Kubera, Vittesha, the man of wealth. That is called Kubera. Vasunam Pavakaschasmi. Among all the Vasus, the type of high beings, I am Pavaka, in fire. Vasunam Pavakaschasmi. Among the mountains, I am Meru. The Meru is a mythical mountain around which the whole universe moves. That is the concept in our mythology. Purodasam cha mukhyam mam vidhi partha brahaspatim. Consider me as Brahaspati, among the chief priests of the divine order. Brahaspati is a great priest. So I am that. Senaninam aham skandaha. Among the generals, I am Skanda, Subramanya. He was a great general. In fact, it was for his birth that we had the story of Shiva marrying Parvati, out of which came Skanda, Kartikeya. These are all, they are called general of the Devas. Senaninam aham Skandaha, Sarasam asmi Sagaraha. Among the reservoirs of water I am the ocean, infinite, expansive. Maharshinam Bhriguraham, Giram asmi ekam aksharam. Among all the Maharshis, I am Bhrigu. In the Vedas you will find Bhrigu, so also in the Puranas. Very high status. So among all the Rishis, I am the Bhrigu. Giram asmi ekam akshara. Among all speech or words, I am that single word, single letter called Om. Yajnanam yapayajñosmi. That's also very interesting. Among all the yajñas, I am yapayajña, repeating the Lord's name. What a beautiful status you get for japa. You may have Ashwamedha and various types of Agnihotra, sacrifices, Koti Archanas and all that people speak of today. These are all yajñas. But the greatest yajña is japa yajña, repeating the Lord's name. So among all yajñas, I am japa. Yajñanam yapayajñosmi. Stavaranam Himalayah. Among the immovable things of the world and the Himalayas. Thavara and Jangama. The world has two types of things. One moving, the other unmoving. Among unmoving, I am Himalayas. Ashwatha Sarvalkshanam. Devarshinam cha Naradaha. Among all the trees, I am the people tree. Ashwatha, very holy tree. In the 15th chapter you will get the word described as an Ashwatha tree with roots upwards. That is there in Kathopanishad also. So that tree has become very sacred in India. Even before Buddha appeared, it was a sacred tree. Buddha sat under it and gave it a further sacredness. So it is called Bodhidhruma, the tree of Bodhi, illumination. Buddha got illumination under that tree. That's why people go around that tree. Many of our parts of India you will find this Ashwatha tree. Ashwatha Sarvavrikshanam, he says. And that Ashwatha, Devarshinam cha Naradaha. Among the Devarshis, I am Narada. There are Devarshi, Brahmarshi, Rajarshi. Three types of rishis. Rajarshi is a man holding power, but deeply spiritual, handling power for the good of all. They are called Rajarshi. Any politician, administrator, collector, any one of them, if they are spiritual and work for the good of the people, they become Rajarshi. Rajanascha, te Rishayascha. Brahmarshi, Brahmanas, who become great sages, they become Brahmarshi. And this is called Devarshi. Narada is a Devarshi. Three types of rishis you find in the literature. Devarshinam cha Naradaha. Gandharvanam Chitraratha. Among all the Gandharvas, they are divine musicians. And Chitraratha, one of the important Gandharvas. Siddhanam Kapilo Munihi. Among the Siddhas, spiritually perfect beings, and Kapila, the great sage. Kapila is highly praised in our literature. The father of philosophy, father of psychology, that is Kapila, father of high spiritual development. That is the nature of Kapila. So, whatever Kapila says is sacred, is an utterance in the Vedas. So, Kapila is mentioned here. Whichever Kapila it be, we do not know. So many Kapilas are there. Are they the same? We do not know. We don't have what you call historical descriptions of these Kapila. But the Kapila who created the Sankhya philosophy, the Kapila who taught his mother Devahuti as given in the Bhagavatam, third book, they are all highly developed beings, spiritual, knew the depth of the human spirit. So Kapila's status is very, very high. Krishna says therefore, among all these sages, I am Kapila. Siddhanam Kapilo Manihi. Uchchaisravasam Ashwanam. When the Samudra Manthan took place, churning of the ocean by gods and demons and men, various things came out, including Dhanvantari, the great science of medicine. This also came out. Uchchaisravas, the horse, he says, and the Uchchaisrava that came out of this, Amrita born. Similarly, elephants came, so many other things also came at that time. Uchchaisravasam Ashwanam, among Ashwas or horses, and Uchchaisravas that came out of the Samudra Manthan. Vidhimam Amrutodbhavam, along with the Amrita from the churning, Uchchaisrava came. I am that Uchchaisrava. Airavatam Gajendranam, among all the Gajendras, royal elephants, I am Airavata. Similarly, Naranam cha Naradhibam, among human beings, I am the ruler of humanity, the king. In him all power rests. He has got a special status in society. Therefore, I am Naradhipa among the Naras. That's the language. In fact, it is said, a king gets a small portion of whatever good his citizens do. Whatever meditation they do, whatever spiritual practices they do, a portion goes to the king, because he is doing his work to protect society, keep for law and order, etc., so that you can go about your life peacefully because the king is there. That is how the word king came. Today it means sovereignty. May not be crowned individuals. Crowned individuals are getting less and less, but sovereignty continues. Sovereigns go away, sovereignty continues. When the British left, sovereign left, but sovereignty did not go. Sovereignty came to the new republic which we established in this country with a president as the symbol of their sovereign, and every citizen also sovereign. In a democracy and a republic, every citizen is sovereign. Therefore, in this state, we give that sovereignty to a group of people to rule the country. So that person becomes, in this case, the president or the prime minister, will be equal to the king in olden days. Then, Ayuthanam aham vajram. Among the various weapons, I am Vajra, that tremendous weapon created for Indra. Ayuthanam aham vajram. Dhenunam asmi kamathu. Among the cows, I am the kamadhenu. Whatever wish you need, you want to accomplish, that cow will help you to accomplish. There is a mythical cow. Prajanascha asmi kandarpaha. For generating new generations of men and women, I am Kandarpa, the god of love, that famous great, what you call Eros, as we call it in Western language. Sarpanam asmi Vasukihi. I am Vasuki among the serpents. Anantascha asmi Naganam. Among the two types, one is serpent, the other is snakes. I am Ananta, on which Vishnu rests among Nagas. Varuno Yadasamaham. Those who live by water, I am Varuna among them. And then Pitrunamasmi Aryamajasmi. Among the Pitrus, I am Aryama. Pitru means ancestors, dead ancestors. Among them, Aryama is one of the gods mentioned in the Vedas. Yama Samyamatamaham. Among those who control and regulate and discipline, I am Yama, the god of death, time. Yama, Kala, death, all these are common. We use the word Kala for Yama. Why? Time regulates everything, and all are subject to time. Nobody can transcend time. So I am that Yama among regulating things. Prahladascha Daityanam. Among all the Daityas or Asuras, I am Prahlada, the greatest devotee, whether man or Asura or Deva. Among all of them, Prahlada stands supreme. So I am the Prahlada among the Daityas. Kala Kalayatamaham. Among those that regulate things and measures things, I am time. Kala Kalayatamaham. Measure. We measure everything according to time. Mu also means measure. Maya comes with the word for measure. So here it is Kala, time. Everything is subject to time. Kala bhuktam. Kala has eaten everything. There is a language. Mriganam cha mrigendroham. Among the animals, I am the lord of the beasts. That is the lion. Mriganam cha mrigendroham. Vayanateyascha pakshinam. Among the pakshi or birds, I am Garuda, Vainateya. Garuda is highly respected in our tradition. Pavana Pavatamasmi. Rama Shastrabhutamaham. Yashanam cha Yashanam Makaraschasmi. Srotasamasmi Janvi. Things that purify. I am the wind. He says, wind purifies, clears up everything. That's why we want windows open. We want a little purifying air, is it? The wind that blows, that purifies. Bhavana Bhavatamasmi. Then I am Rama among all warriors who hold weapons. He says, Rama Shastrabhramaham. That is Dacharata Rama, Dacharata's Rama. Jashanam Makaraschasmi. Among all the fish, I am the shark, Makara. Srotasamasmi Janhavi. Among flowing waters, I am the Ganga, Janhavi. What a beautiful expression. Sarganam Adirantascha. Madhyam Chevaham Arjuna. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Vada Pravadatamaham. He says, of the projection maintenance and dissolution of the universe. Sarga Anam. The Sarga means creation. But we don't have creation in the sense of something coming out of nothing. From Brahman the world comes out. So we call it projection. That is the word for Srishti in Sanskrit. Srishti means, Srij means to project, not creation. So the Sarga, the projection of the universe, of the whole universe, what is projected is called Sarga, because it is projected. This projected universe, Adi, Anta and Madhya, beginning, middle and end, all I am. And the middle, the beginning and the end of this whole projected universe. Then, among the sciences, I am Adhyatma Vidya. Another wonderful statement comes here. There are so many sciences. Vidya means science. It means knowledge. And in English, knowledge actually means science. Science means knowledge and nothing else, but precise knowledge which you can prove, verify, communicate. That's called science. So Vidya, knowledge, science mean the same thing. So we speak all of them as Vidyas. Among the Vidyas, Rasayana Vidya, you can say, Bhuta Vidya, like that we will say. Here it is Adhyatma Vidya. Among all the sciences, this is the preeminent science according to Indian thought. Science of man in depth, science of human possibilities. What use of knowing all about things? You don't know anything about yourself. That is the idea. So, sciences, religion is a supreme science. That doesn't carry any conviction, because religion is understood in such a small way by most people. But when you speak of Adhyatma Vidya, science of man in depth, this man who creates science, in him is a profound dimension. Not all these physical sciences are coming from man. So man is supreme. That is slowly coming to the understanding of modern science. The uniqueness of man, he is the one who creates science. Naturally, he is superior to science because he creates science. Therefore, the knowledge of man as he is truly is a supreme science. Therefore, he calls it Adhyatma Vidya, Vidyanam. Yes. Among all the sciences, I am Adhyatma Vidya. This will be understood and accepted probably sometime in the next century. The sciences are moving in this direction. There is no other way. After you finish the external world, what are you going to study? You can study the world more in detail, that is all. Major studies are over, because you cannot go deeper into the world than what you have gone. You can make for new particle physics, new broken particles again you can discover, give them names, but all remain as mere objects, Drishyam, the world outside. What about the observer? What about the thinker? Man, the scientist, what is his faith? What does he mean? What is his truth? That discussion is going on just now. Some years ago, I read an article in the Siemens journal. Siemens is a great German firm of X-ray. Electromedica is the name of the journal. There, a wonderful article, a scientist has written that the modern age started as an age of exploration. We explore the world around. First, what is his faith? What does he mean? What is his truth? That discussion is going on just now. Some years ago, I read an article in the Siemens journal. Siemens is a great German firm of X-ray. Electromedica is the name of the journal. There, a wonderful article, a scientist has written that the modern age started as an age of exploration. We explore the world around, first sending out ships, the Atlantic Ocean and Indian Ocean, finding out various parts of the earth. Then we went to North Pole, then South Pole. Then we went into the ocean, see the depth of the ocean. Then we climbed Mount Everest and the Alps also. All this we did. Still we were restless. We wanted to explore more. Then we started sending rockets up the sky. First rockets went only 50, 60 miles and fell down. Then slowly we developed powerful rockets, and one went round circling the earth. Then later on we entered the moon. And now, as I said, Voyager 2 is going beyond the solar system. Having said all this, the writer says, but there is one exploration waiting to be undertaken by man, namely the hinterland of our own consciousness. What is behind this mind? What is behind this knowing process? What is the knower behind the known? That is waiting for you. That is the language used by that scientist in that article. And that science is what we developed in the Upanishads. Adhyatma Vidya means that behind the body, behind the senses, behind the mind, we discovered the infinite Atman, ever pure, ever free, infinite in dimension. That is supreme truth. Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. You are that, you are that, is the message of the Chandogya Upanishad on this subject. So based upon that, Krishna is telling here, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. The modern world will accept this idea within a short time. Everything is going in that direction. The dilemma of man today, that he who created a highly technical civilization has become a creature of that civilization, suffering from that civilization. What a poor state of man. Is there nothing else in him to make him the master of the whole show? When this question is taken seriously, and it is being pressed on the mind of man seriously today, man will be driven to this wonderful science, science of man in depth, not the surface man. Surface man is a creature, like any other creature. The human being revealed by the senses is a very truncated creature in the whole of creation. But behind him is a great personality, a great dimension. That is what Upanishads try to understand and succeeded in expounding to humanity as an eternal message in the Upanishads. That's why we call it Sanatana Dharma. There is only one thing that is Sanatana, the infinite Atman. Everything else is subject to change. The whole world is subject to change. Sun and stars, all of them are subject to time, subject to change. There is one only, Sanatana, eternal, that is the Atman, the infinite self behind all of us. So that is the direction of all science today, gently but steadily. And psychology and neurology are growing faster in that direction. So we can wait big developments in the next century. So here Krishna says, therefore, among all the sciences and the science of the Atman, Adhyatma Vidya, Vidyanam, Vada Pravadatamaham. Pravadana means discussion, disputation, argument, all that is called Pravadana. There are, in our study in India, 3 types of Pravadana. When you discuss a subject with somebody, you can do it in 3 ways. They are called, first, Vada, second, Vedanta, and third comes wrangling. It says that is the Jalpa. 3 words are used. Vada, Vedanta, Jalpa. What a wonderful analysis. Now, Vada means your objective is to find out truth. So you are discussing the subject with the motivation of finding truth. You are calm, silent and quiet and never get into heated arguments, nothing. You want the truth only. Such an argument is called Vada. What sciences do, what in high spiritual life also we do, That's called Vada. The second is Vitanda. You forget the purpose for which you started your discussion. You become angry. You become shouting. All that is called Vitanda. And when it comes to Jalpa, you even get into blows even. You are not interested in the truth. You are only fighting with each other on words, words, words. Something like our politics today, you can say. No more Vada, but Vitanda and Jalpa plenty today. In Parliament is meant to have Vada. We discuss with a view to do good to the nation. That's the purpose of Vada. That's the purpose of discussion in democracy. That we have completely forgotten, and we got into Vitanda, and now it is complete Jalpa. Now we have to return back to Vada once again. In every discussion you can find these three types. Some positive, creative. Some full of heat with no little light. Heat is there, no light is there. And the last one, breaking heads. That's called Jalpa. Instead of breaking wits, we break heads. In English we say, learn to break wits and don't break heads. So breaking head is the last form of Vada, what we call Jalpa, as we call it. So Krishna says, among all these disputation methods, and the first one, Vada. If you are engaged in Vada, Krishna is present there. In Parliament, the Lord is present. If they discuss with a view to arriving at the truth of things and happiness and welfare of the people. This is the meaning of the statement. Among all these disputation methods, and the first one, namely Vada. Aksharanam akarosmi dvandva samasigasya cha. Among all the alphabets, I am A, first letter. The first letter that the mouth can produce, first sound, is A, because it comes from the deepest level of the throat, A. Aksharanam akarosmi. In Sanskrit it is akara. You don't say A. A is third or fourth or fifth letter. A is the first letter. Aksharanam akarosmi. Beginning with A. All aksharas come from A as a beginning. Dvandva samasigasya cha. When you combine two words, there are samasa, they call it in Sanskrit, combination of words in Sanskrit. There are 3 or 4 samasas, of which dvandva means one word added to another word. That kind of thing is called dvandva. Say Rama and Krishna. How do you call it? Rama Krishna. That's called dvandva samasa. Similarly, all other aspects of this samasa. There are 2-3 samasas, bahubrehi, etc. These are part of grammar in Sanskrit, where you combine words, and when you combine words, the last portion of the first word, first portion of the second word will undergo minor changes. That is what is determined both in Sandhi as well as in samasa. Say for example, another samasa is called bahubrehi, another is called tat purusha. Very interesting samasas they are. Bahubrehi means anya padartha pradhano bahubrehi. In bahubrehi samasa, the meaning is some other something. What you say is not the thing. Something else comes at the meaning of what you say. So bahubrehi samasa. So the other is tat purusha. Exactly of it. Of it, whenever you say, you get tat purusha. A person met a king. He knew Sanskrit, so he sang a shloka before the king. He said, Ahamcha tvancha Rajendra Lokanatho Ubhavapi. He said, O king, I and you both are Lokanathas, masters of the world. That's the meaning of Lokanatha. So king must be angry. He alone is Lokanatha, not he. He said, but the second line clarified it. What did he say? Bahubrehi samasoham shashti tatpurusho bhavan, he said. I am Lokanatha in the Bahubrehi samasa. Means Anya padartha pradhano Bahubrehi. Logo yasya natha is Lokanatha according to Bahubrehi. Loka is my master. I am not my master. That's called Lokanatha. And Tatpurusha is Lokasya natha, Lokanatha. You are the Lord of the world. Therefore, you are Tatpurusha. I am Bahubrehi. Both are Lokanatha, he said. In Sanskrit, you can make many such beautiful combinations and fun also. And so, it is said, Bahubrehi and Tatpurusha and Dvandva. Dvandva is usually used Ramasya Krishnasya Ramakrishnavu. You can mix up like that, two combined together. So that is why that Au will come there, Ramakrishnavu. Similarly, other words also. So he wants to be known as Dvandva among Samasas because it combines A and B and C. That's called Dvandva. Therefore, he is one that unites people with each other, uniting principle. In that sense, it is Dvandva among Samasas. Dvandva Samasikasya cha. Ahameva akshayat kalo. I am this imperishable time. Time goes on, flowing, flowing. As far as you look forward, time is there. As far as you look backward, time is there. This flow of time is something very impressive. It's only a little civilized human being can recognize the importance of time. When we were primitive, we were acted on by time. We couldn't comprehend this time. But we studied time when we became a little more cultured, and therefore India has spent a lot of time to understand the nature of time. In modern science also is trying to understand the nature of time, and that's why Einstein combined space and time into space-time. The whole world is nothing but a space-time continuum. You can't separate space from time. A united space-time is a reality today, and everything in that space-time is an event, not an entity. In space you get an entity, a person, a chair, you call it an entity. But when you bring in space-time as a continuum, entities vanish, only events remain. Everything becomes an event, just like a cinema picture. So many small entities are put together and given the time as a background, the time movement. Then all becomes events only. Suppose you take water to wash your face and somebody is taking a film of it. Every item is an entity. But because time is playing on it, it ceases to be an entity, it becomes an event, total event as it is called, washing the face as an event. So that is how the idea came. Time combined with the three dimensions of space is the reality of the world, the four-dimensional continuum according to Einstein's relativity theory. We studied the concept of time from that point of view. Continuous flow. The arrow of time goes onwards. You can go on endlessly. Say, last point of time, you can say there is something plus beyond it. He calls it therefore, Ahameva akshayat kalo. This akshayat kala, I am that kala. Kalosmi, he will say in the 11th chapter, I am kala. I am come to consume everything here. The whole world will be consumed by time. Kalo sarvasya bhakshakaha is a statement. Time is that which eats up everything in the world. Nothing will be left out. That is the primordial nature of time, a tremendous reality. Therefore, Krishna said here, Dhataham Vishwato Mukham. I am also the sustainer. Dhata means sustainer, and with face turned all round. Brahma has four heads, four faces. He can see everything. So Dhata, Vishwato Mukha. Everywhere he can see, left, right, back, everywhere. So that is called Vishwato Mukham. And that. Mrityus Sarvaharascha. Again comes Mrityu. Kala and Mrityu, the only difference is, when you speak of Kala, you are unemotional. When you speak of Mrityu, you become emotional, because it directly concerns you. That's called death. Every day we are dying. We are not worried about it. But at final death, we are afraid. So Mrityu comes to you as a final act of Kala. Mrityu sarvaharaschaha. He also swallows up everything. Mrityu. None can escape Mrityu except those who realize the Atman. No Mrityu can touch there. Similarly in Bhakti we say, those who touch the feet of God, no death can touch him. That is a wonderful statement by Devaki in the Srimad Bhagavatam regarding Krishna, who is born in front of her in the Kamsa's prison. Krishna Jayanti took place just a few days ago. There you will find the story of Devaki's hymn to Krishna, her own son, but a divine form lying in front. Among the verses of the hymn is one such on death. Mrityus sarvaharashchaham is the statement here. Death consumes everything except anyone who is at the feet of the divine. If you have got a place at the feet of the divine, no death can touch you. That is a statement of Devaki in that shloka. He says there that the Mrityu, this Mrityu-Mrityuvyalabhita padayan lokan sarvan shashvatam nadhigachat tvatpadabhyam prapya yadarchayadya swasthashyete mrityurasmad apaiti. She is telling, pointing to Krishna with her own hand, says, this mortal man, as soon as he is born, death is after him, chasing him. He wants to escape it. He eats, he gets education, he gets a job, he marries, he does good work, even goes to heaven. What is it for? To avoid death. To avoid death. But death is always behind him, closely following him, going to consume him. In this way, man becomes restless. Mrityu, it says, Mrityuvyalabhita. Mrityu is compared to a snake, Vyala, creeping towards you. People generally fear things that creeping towards them. Straight coming you don't fear much. Creeping things you fear more. Here death is a creeping thing. Mrityuvyalabhita palayan. He runs away. What you call figuratively, man runs away from that Mrityu snake following him. Sarvan lokan, goes to all parts of the world, even higher world. Shashvatam nadhyagachat. Nowhere could he get security and peace. But tvatpadabhyam prapya yadarchayadya. If he can get by chance a place at your feet, O Krishna, then what will happen? That circle Mrityu cannot enter. Mrityu comes nearby and quietly retreats to go away, leaving you absolutely free. That is the divine that you are, with the language Devaki uses there. So this infinite Atman is the only center where Mrityu cannot come. Everything else is subject to Mrityu. This has been repeated again and again in the Upanishad. Sarvam anyat artam. Everything else is subject to death, full of sorrow and suffering. This alone is free from suffering, from death, etc. You find it repeated again and again. Those who see differences here, they go from death to death. Those who see the one behind the many, they alone become immortal. That's the language used in the Upanishads again and again. Therefore, here says, Mrityu sarvaharashchaham. Krishna says, I am Mrityu, consuming everything in this world. Udbhavascha bhavishyatam. He says, what is prosperity? I am prosperity of those who are to be prosperous. That Udbhava, this man is going to be prosperous. I am behind him as the principle of prosperity. Udbhavascha bhavishyatam. Kirti, Shri, Vak, Narinam. In women, there are so many beautiful virtues and graces. He relates a few of them and he says, I am this, I am this. What are they? Kirti, good name. Shri, prosperity. Vak, sweet speech, Kirti Shri Vak Chanarinam, Smriti, memory, Medha, intelligence, capacity to understand things, Medha, Dhriti, tremendous endurance, Kshama, forbearance. These various virtues in women, I am this, says Krishna in this verse 34. We shall continue this chapter next Sunday when we meet here, and today is Ekadashi, there is Ram Nam Sankirtan. After the class is over, those who like to go can attend the Ram Nam Sankirtan. We spend a minute in silence and then disperse.
নতুন মানুষ দেখবি যদি আয় চলে, এসেছে নতুন মানুষ দেখবি যদি আয় চলে, তার বিবেক